Alrighty. We're live. We'll give it a few minutes for people to join us. I can't really. Okay. There we go. 8 o'clock. Starting right on time for a change. I got to get my headphones in. Oh, there are people watching. Okay. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? It is Monday night. Chris is here.
Somewhere.
Trying to.
Finagle.
So you got to read. I can't read anything. So
okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Alex.
So we are here with our good friends, Pam and Steve Barry. We're gonna go over a great event that they host and organize that they've been doing for how many years now?
You're ahead of us.
7, I think. How many years have you guys?
We're at 10.
Oh,
You're at
yeah.
10.
No, I think we're at 7.
I think we're at 7 because COVID hit.
The Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, which, like Para Unity, the Para Unity Expo, is for charity. Only we're for different charities. Pam and Steve, we've been friends for many, many moons now. We love your event. We always come to your event. We always support your event. Let's go back to the beginning. Where did the idea come from? How did the Battlefield Bash even start?
I knew that we wanted to do something for our soldiers, and we started with National Wounded Warriors, and then we found,
Which is Wounded Warrior Project.
the Wounded Warrior Project, and then we found Helen Sager, and we fell in love with her, and then we met Batman, and we knew that we wanted to help him as well. I'm just getting my lectures up in case we have a question about the lecture.
Well, what happened was we had Wounded Warrior Project, and then when we went around and talked to the people, they were saying, why don't you do it for PA Wounded Warriors?
Keep our dollars here.
Keep our dollars in our state and help our veterans here that don't get help.
Yeah. There's one of our veterans right there, Brian or Ali. Is he a veteran?
Brian's good people.
So we went out there and switched over to PA Wounded Warriors, met with Helen, and it was neat because when we went to meet Helen, we thought we were going to go to this big complex or something like that. She has an office. It's in her house.
Yep.
She has no overhead.
Yeah.
So 90 at that time when we joined them, it was 96 cents of every dollar went to a veteran. 4 cents went to postage. So they don't pay no one. They do what we do. They just volunteer. So she's ran it, and I said, Helen, we talked about this. Who takes over when you're tired and don't want to do it anymore? Her daughter, right? I believe is taking it over.
Wow.
Yeah.
So again, for those of you who don't know, really quick to run down for you guys that are watching, Pam and Steve both have been in the paranormal field for many, many, many years. Steve was even on a show that none of you have probably seen. So
how old do I go back? Go back for a year.
But they have been involved in the field, and this isn't a paranormal event per se. I mean, it's not really a paranormal convention. There's a lot of different vendors there. There's a lot of
I don't count
different...
it as a convention, John. It's a charity event.
Right.
It's what I call it. Yeah, I don't want to be in that category of con or anything like that because it's more of a charity event. That's exactly where the money's going. So that's what we call as a charity event.
So charity.
So it's kind of like a gathering for charity.
Yes,
Right,
it's a paranormal convention with a purpose.
And
the good thing is all our charities are right there on site.
Well,
so if anyone has any questions for them, they can walk right up to them and ask them. They're there.
Let's go down that list now because I know the PA Wounded Warriors, but I always forget the other charities that are involved.
H for H Foundation, which is Batman. And then we have Dana's Pink Wishes.
So back up for a minute. Explain to people what H&H Batman is.
H for H Foundation is Heroes for Hire, HIGHER. And he's Batman, and he has a $150,000 Batmobile, and he takes kids for their victory rides who have beat cancer. And he also works with children at risk. 2 years straight, he has gone to the Ukraine to help those children who needed his help as well. His program does so much. What he does is
He has a bullying program, a drug program, an inspiring program for kids that may have want to attempt suicide.
Yep.
All that stuff he works with. He works very close with the police, the schools, and all that stuff. So it's amazing. We call it chariots. If a child should pass away from cancer, he has a company in Texas that our donations that we get from the bash also help to buy their chariot
Yeah.
for them, and it's usually airbrushed with something they loved. It's all airbrushed. And then we had to go pick up Connor's when he had passed, which was rather sad because the funeral home wouldn't go get it because the casket wasn't bought through the funeral home. So we had to go to the airport and pick that casket up with a truck and bring it down to the funeral home. And then we had to unload it because they wouldn't even unload it.
And Connor was someone who I remember Connor. I remember the casket and the pictures of the casket. And I remember when you had the Mustang painted, the 9/11 tribute Mustang. But how did you know Connor? How did you come to know Connor?
Connor came to us. Well, his family came to us. Well, actually, was it through Stephanie? I don't remember. I think it might have been through Stephanie Maitland at the time, through the cancer program.
I think
She
it was.
going through,
Actually,
and told us
Stephanie
about the
Maitland.
family. And then we contacted the family, and then he came down,
Yeah.
and we invited him. And then I had the WWE wrestlers, Frank Huguenot and Gene Snitsky that loved him so much. I mean, it was amazing what they did for Connor that day. And then we had Blackout and Agent Orange truck there, and they were all giving rides to Connor and his brother. And the funny, it's not funny, it's actually amazing. What Connor did was he would not ride in the Batmobile without taking his brother with him.
Oh.
Brother, he says, can he come with me? So his little brother went on all the rides with him.
And that's the thing that, again, there are other, you said you don't want to be called a con, but there are other events like this that we do and that you do and that others do. The fact that, again, they're not money making events that we're doing together.
Right.
These events,
They're not for profit.
Right. They're not for profit. Nobody's making a bunch of money off of the events that we do. That money does go to other people and other causes that need it. And again, you guys started small like we did. We've been to every one, and every year you've gotten bigger and better, and you've grown. You outgrew the Wyndham and moved into the Aspire and
the Eisenhower.
And the Eisenhower.
So for those of you who don't know when the bash is July 26th through the 28th in Gettysburg, PA, in the, what is it, Aspire?
Aspire. It's actually the Eisenhower Conference Center.
$20 for the entire weekend, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And you've added so much more through the years to where we remember going back to, it was just your regular, bunch of groups, a bunch of vendors. And now this year you're blowing it out in that building. Go through. I know there's a litany of things that are going to be going on that weekend.
Well, what we did was we worked very, very closely with John Buckland with his Batman. And John said, you know what? There's a lot of things to do for the adults. He says, I'd like to see it more family oriented, more for kids and stuff like that. So that's why I don't think the mechanical bull's made for the kids, but we do have the wrecking ball and stuff like that outside the Batmobile. Axe throwing's a little different. That's more for adults. But we do have, the wrecking ball, and there's the escape trailer, stuff like that. So
you say wrecking ball. You say wrecking ball. When you say that, I think of a wrecking ball as to go to demolition a house.
So it's a big blow up. It's a big blow up house with this
big ball in
the middle. That's all blowed up.
And there's 4 platforms you stand on, and those wiggle too because they're all filled with air. So you have to stand on something that's so you wiggle. So you got to stand there and keep your balance. And someone takes the ball and they can throw it to the side, act like they're throwing it forward, but throw it to the side, knock you off. The thing is to get you knocked off. Whoever
Oh,
stays
it's like
on,
that Ninja Warrior stuff.
yeah, whoever stays on stays in there. The other 3 people that get knocked off leave.
Okay.
All right. Then we bring 3
King of
new
the mountain.
people in, and whoever stays in the longest will win. We either, I think we got a trophy or a gift card. 1 or 2 we're doing. So
But
Yes, Wes, axe throwing.
yes,
but
there's actually.
we
Are they
again,
blow up too?
we've been there every year, and we've always had a great time. And again, people talk about things and they kind of use buzzwords or whatever. But every time we've been to the bash, the atmosphere is just, so, I mean, it's just, everybody has a good time. A lot of people have been there many times before, so it is like a reunion. You see people you didn't see for a year. You have just a good time the entire weekend with, John Zaffis is going to be there. We'll talk about the celebrities in a bit. But every time we've been there, we've had a good time. And we leave that weekend going, man, that was such a good time.
It is, and Pam tends to talk us into doing some stuff that we normally wouldn't
Well,
do.
not me. You're the one who does all that crazy stuff.
We're gonna
I'm
We're
a
gonna-
celebrity. I usually have a line around the building. So for me,
Paranormal Savior, I understand.
So it starts Friday. Friday is the day that the bash
the doors
opens
open
up.
at noon on Friday.
What time?
The doors
12
open
o'clock,
noon.
noon.
So 12 to
12 to 6 is the vending area, but then we have activities till
After 6 o'clock. So when the vending
Yeah.
room closes, people will either go out to dinner. I advise anyone that's drinking not to drive,
Don't
to
drive.
go to the food trucks instead. I know a lot of people like to go out and eat, but you got to drive to the park to get to Gettysburg. So when you drive to the park, get to Gettysburg, I know watching Bike Week and watching in the past years of other conventions there, do not drink and drive to there. They will get you for DUI big time.
not worth it.
It's not
Shouldn't
worth
do it
it.
anyway.
They
Yeah,
get
you
your
shouldn't
food
do it.
ready. There's going to be a lot of food trucks there, and they're going to stay. So, and there's all different types of food. So grab that.
And the VIP party has a big dinner Friday night. And we have a couple days before we have to have the final head count.
So if
you
you
guys
don't,
have a bar there too, right? You guys have like this on Friday. So maybe we should take it back. And what's going to happen on Friday after the vendor area closes?
Right.
well, the bar is open from 12 o'clock. So I mean, the bar area will be open at 12. We're doing celebrity bartending. Is that Saturday or?
Here, I'll
She's going to go through the schedule. Hold on a minute.
I don't want to miss something, so I'm pulling the schedule up. So Friday, we have lots of speakers, and we've got round tables. After the round tables, we have at 6 o'clock, we have Ghosts and Smokes, so people can purchase.
And that's at the fire pit outside.
Here,
We
hold
have
up.
we have 2 bonfires.
Hold up.
No, go ahead. Well, you're going slow, so I figured help you out.
And at 7:30, we have Stephanie Burke is that's a ticketed event through her. So if you want to table tip with her, the event is right on the bash. You can just click it and get your ticket. And again, that's hers. That's not through for the bash.
Well, again, let's table tipping. What are you going to have a room set up for that?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
it'd be
for
private room.
So those of you
That
who
is
don't know,
in the Edwardian conference room.
I thought it was in this hotel room.
well, just not mine. Talk about table tipping really quick. Just a brief
What is it?
overview of.
So it's a Victorian way of communicating with spirit. You put your fingers on the table ever so lightly, and Stephanie Burke will walk you through the history and exactly how to do it, because everyone has a different way of doing it. She'll have an antique table there, and she'll hopefully spirit will want to communicate through that table. Again, if you want a ticket, you just the event ticket lot, the ticket. What do you call that? What do you call it? Like the Eventbrite
Oh,
website.
vibrant. All right.
You get your ticket through that, and that's Stephanie doing all that, not the bash.
Oh, so you couldn't
Yeah,
buy
that
a
goes-
you couldn't buy a ticket the day of, like go up to that room? And,
No,
oh,
no,
really?
they have to get their ticket through Stephanie.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the VIP party is Friday, and that's going to be
That's changed.
7 to 9:30. So that's
Okay.
$85 a ticket, and it's a full Italian beautiful dinner. Again, the link for that is posted. We're doing
Who's going to be at the party? Which celebrities?
All of them. Everyone.
a
Okay,
lot
cool.
of them,
Cool.
including you guys.
Imagine that. We're getting paid for that? No.
And then at 10:15, we're having Bash at the Bash. So people are going to dress like their favorite superhero, and we're going to have our Bash at the Bash party, which includes our karaoke contest. That's going to be so much fun. I have no idea who or what I'm going to dress like, but I'll dress.
Well, can I stop you? Because this crazy person next to me, we volunteered to be judges for that, along with
Yes, I know.
I'm glad because it's the first time you're doing it.
Well, Bob and Gina, are going to be there too, and this one is like trying to create a criteria, a way to judge. She's like, she thinks she's on like America's Got Talent or something. She's like, we're not just going to judge them on their voice because people can sing really good. We're going to judge them on the presentation. I'm like,
engagement of the audience. I got it all so it equals up to certain points, and so anybody's game who could win. Put your heart.
You remember how this operates, right? They sing their song, and then I pick a song for them to sing.
Yeah, Simon.
And then the three at the end, who you guys pick to be the runners up at the end,
So fun.
have to sing another song.
You got
So,
it.
And Chris will hit the golden buzzer, and all the confetti will drop if you get through.
Actually,
to
you had
Hollywood.
Sean Austin wrote me
Oh,
before.
he sings so good.
And he said, "Oh, am I going to be able to sing this year?" Yes.
Mhm.
We are not at the Wyndham. We had to shut down karaoke at 10 o'clock. So there's
Yeah,
other people in the
yeah.
hotel.
Yeah.
Since we sold off both hotels, we have full reign. There is no time of shutting karaoke down.
Yeah, we can have
Good.
fun.
So let's go through the celebrity list. Do you have that in front of you?
She was going to Sunday, but
hope.
anyway, we can go.
Celebrity list for
Well, let's go through the. Well, we can go through
all of
the
them. Okay.
All right.
Okie dokie. Sorry, I thought you meant for the VIP party. All right. So
I know the legend, Mr. John Zaffis, will be there.
John Zaffis, yes.
The legend, the myth.
The Godfather.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
It took me so long to talk him into going anywhere Steve is, but he eventually.
So who do you know that off the top of your head? Go ahead, Steve.
All right, she's got
Okay, so here we go. John Zaffis, of course, Dave Schrader, Shane Pittman, Daryl Marston, Josh Purvis, Rich,
Rachel.
Rochelle, and
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
Aren't they great? Aren't
I
they
love those guys.
fun?
They are such good people, man. They really
Scott
are.
Porter and Stephanie, Santiago, Gene Snitsky, the sumo wrestler,
That's the way.
Frank Sinelli, Dan Cleese.
Yeah, Dan.
And we're also
too.
gonna be raising some money for Dan's daughter also.
Yes.
Is there something in particular you're going to be doing for that, or you're just taking?
There's
part
going to
of
be a paranormal investigation
I
that,
heard that, yeah.
was kind of gathered through Steve Dills, and he is going to do the investigation. He's selling the tickets. I'm not sure exactly how much because he's spearheading it, and
Okay.
he's going to take everybody, and it's going to be fun. And he just really came out of the woodwork and just said, Pam, let's do this. And I was like, yeah. And
Yeah,
that's
for those of you who don't know, Dan owns the Hinsdale House, and Dan is one of the nicest people in the field that you could ever
Absolutely.
meet. And his daughter is going through some cancer treatments, and everybody is rallying behind him and his family. And again, you guys are doing what you can. And I know
As soon as I found that out, I wrote him and I said, Dan, I said, we're there to help you. And he told me I'm balling over here right now.
And there's two people going to be shaving their heads for Shadley also.
Don't look at me. I'm too old to be doing that stuff. But a lot of people are supporting him. A lot of people are supporting him in the field, and that's awesome to see.
That's what it should be.
He's a good guy, very good guy. And so let's go back to, so Friday night we've got the karaoke contest, we've got the VIP party, you've got the first day of the bash, and Saturday opens at what time?
Noon.
Noon.
Yeah, let's not miss that there's the investigations in the house that during the night too.
Yes, they are
They're
completely
sold out.
sold
Yeah,
out.
but that's going on too.
Yep, that's
Yep.
going on too. So let me finish with the headliners. Then we've got Roslyn and Michael Lewis, Mike King, Jim Jones, Big Jim, who's from Baltimore. That's why we say hey hon, or hey bro, hey buddy.
Hey, hon.
Johnny Hauser. Johnny Hauser takes care of the Lizzie Borden house. Sean Austin, Adam Bonnet, Russ Stiver, Bob and Gina, Sarah Lemos, John and Chris. We've got Wes Coleman, Charlotte Underwood coming all the way from the UK.
Wow.
We've got Lance. Lance owns the Brick House Inn. He also is giving people the option to rent from Brick House Inn at a discounted rate. You have to rent Friday and Saturday. He owns the Brick House Inn, he owns the Lizzie Borden house, and he owns Aliska. And then we've got Melly, who is the one of the Gypsy sisters, Ron and Lourdes, Kelly Miller, Tim Weisberg, Fred Richard, Scotty the Medium, Vince Klein, and that is it.
That's a lot.
No, they're again. I haven't seen the setup for the new spot, but at the old spot, I mean, their vendor area is pretty full, and they have a wide variety of vendors selling different things, and they usually have really good vendors. A matter of fact, what you usually see on Friday that we've been there is vendors buying from vendors.
Yeah.
I mean, they have that kind of good stuff where vendors are going to other vendors and they're like with the people attending and they're like buying stuff from each other. I mean, that speaks credit to
That's why it's what we based the charity on, was to make it cheap.
Right.
And not only that we want people to spend money with other vendors. The vendors are what make your event.
Right.
So if no one's buying from them, they're not going to come.
No.
Yep.
So if you take all the money when they first walk in the door for yourself or whatever you're doing to pay your stars and stuff like that, you don't have nothing for them to buy from the tables.
I agree. I
No,
mean, the way we've done it forever.
Oh yeah,
And
but your way works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works fine.
The other thing I want to say real quick is that we talked about the charities. Explain Dana's charity real quick for people, because that's something new you guys
Dana's
started
Wishes,
supporting.
is that what it's called?
Go ahead.
No, Dana's Pink Wishes
So,
charity.
Dana's Pink Wishes helps
Okay.
kids whose parents have a cancer diagnosis who
Oh,
can't
Jesus.
afford to give their kids Christmas.
Oh no.
So we ask everyone to please bring at least one unwrapped new gift.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what age. It could be whatever you feel inclined to give. It could be for a boy or girl. It doesn't matter. Last year we had an entire hallway lined with toys.
Yeah.
So
I remember.
that's our goal this year, is to help these kids have a Christmas.
And again, that is
These are things that make difference.
Yeah,
These are a life-altering things.
Exactly.
People think it's simple, but it's life-altering.
people don't realize. I mean, there's so much effort that goes into doing what you do, and what we do and what others do. It's not just a one day. You're working for hours and hours and hours on this. The weekend of, you're busy the whole entire time, and when you're done, you're tired, you're beat up. But again, the gratification that you get from helping all of these people and that feedback and Batman and all the great things he said about you guys too. I mean, people talk the talk, but you guys walk the walk too. And we try to be the same way, but you walk the walk. You know what I mean? And
We try.
and again, you can't get enough good people in your circle and in your field or in the paranormal field. And you guys have always been. And again, you're our friends. You'll always be our friends, and we'll always support you. But we're there. We see the good that you do. We're there.
Thank you.
We've been for it every time.
Yeah, and walk up and meet Helen herself. You know, shake her hand. She is a hero. She still walks a mile a day. She is. If I say how old she is, she'll kill me.
Yeah.
She's
But I
older
hope
than
when I'm
us.
her age that I can still walk a mile a day. She's amazing.
But I think we need to really hit home for all those people out there that don't get this. The word charity is thrown out there so cavalier now and so easily. And some people can say it's a charity event. And you know what? Maybe 5% is going to the charity.
Yeah.
Maybe 10% is going to the charity.
Yeah, that's.
But yours is 100% going towards these.
Do you know what was really sobering and kind of really humbled me was we were invited to PA Wounded Warriors big social, and we're sitting there, and I'm like in the company of all these amazing men and women,
Generals and
I'm
everything.
like, wow, like in my head, I'm like,
Staff sergeants.
why am I here? Like these people put their life on the line for
It's awe-inspiring, right?
Americans. And out of the corner of my eye, I see Lori Shep, and I'm like, oh my God, there's our event.
They dropped a big screen down
And played our event
and played
on
the
it.
bash up right on it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In front of all
I
these
was-
generals and all.
I was so humbled. I
Yeah.
We were
was
shocked. We never expected that to come down.
Right there
Yeah.
makes it all worth it. All right. That's worth all the time, all the effort, all the energy.
And that's them saying, we see what
Yeah.
you're doing for us. Thank you.
yeah.
They had a big thank you at the end.
Yeah.
It was really
And
nice.
again, for you guys that are watching us, New Jersey Paranormal, for the paranormal aspect, Gettysburg is great.
It's the Mecca.
If you've never been, you should go. If you've been, you should go again. It never gets old. We've been there over 30 years now. We have
Yeah.
a great time every time we go. So you go to the bash. If you stick around for the after bash activities, if not, you go to downtown Gettysburg. There's usually live music down there.
Mhm.
There's all the history stuff that you could do toward the battlefield.
Good restaurants down there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you'll have a great time no matter what. I mean, it's just you enjoy the convention, then you go and enjoy the town and enjoy the restaurant.
Well, that's why
Hang
I
out
was
with
saying
people that are
before.
going to be there that you know or you don't know. You know,
Yeah.
If you're, if you know you're going to drink or you've been drinking, don't drive. If you want to go to dinner, drink after you come back from dinner. Just go down to town and have a nice dinner and then come back and then drink. Or don't. I just don't want anyone going through the park because I just know park service.
I mean,
Yeah,
take an
go
Uber. If you have
Yeah,
to,
Uber.
you know.
Yeah, or something like that.
They're everywhere. But I think so. The Aspire Hotel. Do I say it right or am I saying it wrong?
Yeah, it's Aspire and the Eisenhower Conference Center.
Okay, so that's much more spread out, right? As opposed to the Wyndham, you were in one
Oh, it's
convention.
way spread out.
Yeah.
Way spread out. Yeah.
So are there going to be things kind of all over? Like you're going to have speakers?
Well, we're going to keep the food trucks in one area,
right.
like a food court sort of, and moved all these picnic tables so you can eat outside instead of a picnic table. So like your event, what it is, you have picnic tables out there and stuff
Right.
like that, which it actually gave me the idea.
No kidding.
But honestly, yeah, not to steal your idea.
No,
No,
I would never
actually,
think.
well, they're out there all over the property. Why not bring them to one spot and just send them?
But I mean, when you walk in, because we've walked through it with you guys before. When you walk in, like, is the main vending area in front of you, and then there's other little areas with different things? Like, what's the layout?
It depends
look
which.
like?
If you go into the Aspire, and we're going to have whiteboards where it
Okay.
says "Go this way for this," and So if you walk inside of the Aspire, you're going to see ahead of you games of chance and gambling all through this place.
on the left
Yes.
side, yeah.
Yes,
You see vending and games of chance.
All this.
And then you're going to come past the bathrooms. And then
Who knew
straight
that
ahead
was
of
there?
you is the one ballroom, straight ahead of you. But that's not the vending ballroom. That's where the wrestling and the.
Wait a minute. But when you go in, there's a desk. Right at the desk, you turn, and there's 7 different big conference rooms that the tattooers are going to be at. Ron and Lourdes will be at, and then some other things are speckled in there. And then when you come into the Eisenhower one, there's two conference center rooms that's where our main speakers are going to be.
Okay.
So it's kind of, it is very spread out, but we're going to have maps. We're going to have it all written out.
There'll be
on the
plenty of
whiteboards.
signage that's showing you where everything's
And
Yeah,
our
that's what I was
volunteers
kind
will
of
be there to
wondering
guide.
because we walked through there with you guys, and again, it was only once or twice that we did it, and I do remember like one big area, and then we went like over like a bridge or a long hallway.
Yeah.
And then there was another area. I was just wondering how you were going to navigate people through all
I
of
think
that
it's
stuff.
pretty
Have big
straightforward
whiteboards
working
where
your
it
way
says
back.
this way.
By Friday night, everyone there should know how to
Yeah.
get to the whole hotel.
Right.
Who's ever there,
Yep.
yeah, they'll free. And then if you're disabled, we have golf carts that if you don't have to go through those hallways, if you go out the entrance of the Eisenhower, you want to go to the Aspire, they'll pick you up and drive you around so you don't have to walk through all them hallways.
Yeah.
And they'll drop you off the front and you just walk in. And the same place first, you want to go from the Aspire to the Eisenhower, they can drive you to the parking lot and bring you right to the front.
That's for if you're disabled.
If you're disabled.
Or the elderly.
So where's the axe throwing? Is that indoors or outdoors?
That'd be outside.
So again, where do you find that? That there's gonna
That'll
Well,
be-
you'll see it.
You
Well,
can't miss.
everything's
Probably
gonna
be
be
over
right
by
up.
the escape trailer by the Eisenhower side.
Oh,
But
that's
everything's
another
gonna be out
thing
front.
you just brought up. The escape trailer.
Yep.
Talk
We've
about
had that
That's
there last
new.
year.
Oh,
Last year we had
really?
the
I
escape
didn't see
trailer.
it.
Oh yeah, it's a big 18-wheeler trailer.
Really? I didn't see
They
that.
had it. I pointed it out, but
It's all Gothic too. It's all really cool.
It's not easy to get through.
It's
The guy
So-
showed me, and I'm telling you, the thing that's cool about it, though, if it's 90 degrees outside,
Right.
do not be afraid to go to the escape trailer because you're gonna roast, right? No, it's air conditioned. You go in there, it's not freezing cold in there. It was
So
beautiful.
is there an extra charge to go in there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't.
There's an extra charge to go into the wrestling event.
Okay.
There's an extra charge for axe throwing. There's no charge for the mechanical bull, I don't think.
and the mechanical
There
bull's
might be one
inside,
for the
right?
mechanical bull. I think they're going to take that for charity because we are giving out a gift card for that too. So, but probably when you're in the contest of it, I got to find out what Dylan's doing with that. That's all
that's
Dylan.
Dylan.
Dylan's doing all that, and you know, it's Dylan's equipment. Next year, I think Dylan's going to bring water slides so that we can make it even bigger for the kids.
Okay. So now is the mechanical bull going to be inside?
Yes.
Yes, mechanical bull's inside. Yes.
So Gina asked, how long does the escape room take?
As
I
long
guess-
as it takes.
As
you to
long as
get
it takes
out.
you to get through it, yeah.
Yeah.
If
And
you
if
say
you
you
do
give
that-
up, he will come get you and get you out. I've seen him do that, but usually
Oh,
people
that's
make
what
it
you're
all the way
telling
through.
people? That's what you're telling people?
No, I was thinking
I heard
you'll,
there's
you'll
like
hear,
a drop
you'll
floor
hear
and
Bob
you're
banging on the trailer.
Yeah, they should have a
doors.
drop floor. Oh, too late.
Oh my
They
God.
put leather drop
That's an
outside.
idea. That's a great
They
idea.
do a pool of slime or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So again, that we've got, and you've got lectures going on. How are you doing the lectures? Are they every hour or are they
Every 45 minutes.
in
But
different?
they're not in, yep. And they're kind of like, do you want me to read them to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we got that. There you go.
So Friday lectures, we'll start with Friday. Friday lectures, 12:45 to 1.
30.
So my eyes, I'm sorry, I
Uh.
struggle. Is Ernie Atwell. He opens up for us on Friday. And that's in the Eisenhower section of the executive conference room is where we're starting. And then 1:30 to 2:15 is Lance Zoll and Johnny Hauser. So Lance is a veteran. He's going to talk about his struggles through that and how he came to own these amazing properties of not giving up, push forward. He's amazing, his life story.
Okay.
Then from 2:30 to 3:15, we've got Santiago, and he's our Army infantry veteran, and he's going to be talking about some of his struggles and successes, his
Wow.
success story. Then we've got from 3:30 to 4:15, we're having Vince Klein. He is our urban investigator. He is very cool. He goes to these places that are abandoned with permission and just kind of walks through, and you get a feel of that abandonedness.
Right.
And it's very raw, his footage. And I really enjoy watching his investigations. He's a breath of fresh air, with respect and dignity. And he just goes into these untouched places, which is what we're all about, right? He's amazing.
But again, are these all in the same room? Like, are they going to the same room? Or
There's two rooms over there.
There's
so.
2 rooms. We're bouncing back and forth.
Are they near each other? Or
Yep,
they...
they're right
right
next door.
to each other.
Okay.
Right next door. And then we've got from 4:30 to 5:15, we have Rochelle and Brian.
Yeah.
And then, so that's all right next door to each other. Boom, 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 boom. Now we're going over to the Aspire. From 5 to 6, we're going to have our metaphysical roundtable.
Mm.
And then from 6:15 to 7:15, we're having our paranormal roundtable.
Okay.
And then Saturday.
Can I stop you? We did that last year.
Did we?
Remember when we did that? We did that last year, and I just sidetracked here. Steve, for those of you who don't know, has probably the best story of anyone on the planet when it comes to paranormal. Steve actually died and came back a couple of times when he had a widowmaker heart attack. So
I'll be talking about that tomorrow, actually.
okay, so that's right, you're going to be on Taryn's show.
Yeah.
So we're going around with the microphone talking about how we got started in the paranormal and what got us into it, and like profound experiences that we had.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, each one, some people are talking a little longer than others. And there was one in particular, well, I forget, I'm not going to go there. But some people were talking a little longer than others. So we get to Steve, and everybody, like, I knew Steve's story, and Bob and Gina, and we all know what happened. And Steve's like, yeah, I've been in the field for like this many years, and I own a store that sells paranormal equipment and a bed and breakfast, and I died, and here you go. And it was like literally that quick, and I'm looking like,
That's it?
how
That's
did
what
he just, he literally like has the coolest story. When again,
That was
just to
2
get
years
sidetracked,
ago, right?
but
Because
just to get
last time we did it
sidetracked,
all 4 of us.
Steve and I didn't
Mhm.
like Steve when I first met him. I thought he was
Neither did I.
I thought he was an arrogant jerk. And when
I
he was
agree.
when he was with the black shirt guys and they had their hearses and everything. And then that was my impression of him. So then we go to Gettysburg to their old shop.
And he came
And-
disguised.
And I walk in there, and Chris was like, well, let's just go in there and let's see what. I'm like, I don't want to see that jerk, you
That
know?
was
And she's
great.
like, so we walk in there, and Steve and I literally talked for 2 hours.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Where it was just such a great conversation. He told me what happened to him with his heart. He was a totally different guy. So that jerk Steve went somewhere, probably hell somewhere. That jerk Steve was-
Sometimes he shows his little head.
I left him in hell when I visited it, and then they sent me upstairs. They said, okay, if you leave him here, we'll let you go back. I'm like, okay.
But I mean, from that day on, we've been great friends, and literally, like I said, that's why, you know, sometimes relationships change. Sometimes, you know, you have a grudge with someone, you talk.
Yeah,
to them
but real
and-
friendships stay.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
No matter what.
Life's too short.
It is.
Life is, when you pass away, and I'll be bringing this up tomorrow. When you pass away, you realize how much time you actually have.
Yeah.
You actually do. And it's not worth fighting with people. It's just not. I don't give it a time of day. Everyone fights me. They don't like me. I don't care. I just don't care no more. I went to the other side. I came back. I don't care. Whatever you say to me or say about me is not going to matter to me anymore. It doesn't matter to me no more.
It doesn't
I'm here
define
with
us.
my grandkids, my family, my friends is what matters to me now. You can rip me apart all you try to, whatever you want to do. I don't care. I just don't care.
I mean, we're older now, the 4 of us. You know what I mean? And tomorrow really isn't promised to anyone. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
But the key to life is, like you said, you be good to your family, be good to the people you love, be good to your friends, and surround yourself with good people. And that's it. Good things will happen.
Yeah,
You know,
I would rather leave a legacy of love and kindness than leave a legacy of low vibration and hate.
Yeah.
I'm just not willing to do that.
And you know, we bring this up, not that this is a sidetrack from the
Mhm.
conversation about the bash, but we're friends. Bob and Gina are friends. We're very good friends, the six of us. And yes, we all have different conventions. But there is no competition, there is no hatred, there is no
support each other.
jealousy. We're
Yeah.
friends. We want the other people to do well.
Want
Yes.
everyone to succeed.
Whatever
I don't care.
And we're there.
even
And we're there to
Besides
support them.
us, I want everyone else to succeed too. I
And
don't
we're there to
ill on
support
anyone.
each other as well. I mean, if
Yep.
you know, this is what real friends and real people do. So just sidetrack. So back to the bash. So Saturday, you're gonna again. Are you having the opening ceremony like you usually do?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the drum fight and drummers will be there.
I got to tell you, again, I don't know if you're having John do what he usually does, but I don't want to ruin it for people. But it really hits home for you, again, what this event really is about.
Mm-hmm.
If you're there Saturday and you go to the event and they have that opening ceremony, first time we were there, we experienced it. We were like, whoa, this is different.
It's emotional.
And
Yeah,
you feel it.
the bash will be very emotional this year because there is going to be videos up that we are playing on a big screen of people that we lost throughout the years. So I warned everyone it's going to be emotional. A lot of people were friends with these people, and we want to honor them. They were very good to us. We want to honor them, so we are playing it. No matter it may upset some people, but.
It's tears of joy though.
Yeah, right, exactly. And here's the thing too. You're there for a good time. You're there to enjoy the company of everyone who are like-minded or who are there to support all of these great causes. But yes, there are people who are affected, and these charities help, or it goes towards them. So yes, that is present throughout the weekend. But again, thank God we have people to help. You know what I mean? I mean, again, the woman with the wheelchair, that was again Steve and Pam. She had an old wheelchair. I don't remember the exact.
No, it was a power. You talking about the one I just gave away?
The power, yeah.
Yeah, that was a power lift chair. That's ran with a joystick and all, and it's actually for a paraplegic person. And,
but this is what I'm saying. Like, there were people that would have put that thing on eBay or Facebook Marketplace and said, "Let me make a quick."
And you
$300.
even made it where she could get extra batteries, didn't you?
What I did was I went on Marketplace, and I always go to Marketplace looking at stuff, and I saw this chair, and the guy said free. And I'm like, this thing looks brand new. So I wrote him. I said, I knew this girl in town here had what happened to her. And I'm like, this would be perfect for her.
Yeah.
So I went and picked it up with my trailer. I asked the guy, and I told him the story I was doing with it. And he says, I'm not selling it. It needs batteries.
Wow.
Well, my wife, she have cystic fibrosis or something like that?
Yeah.
MS. And she ended up passing away. And he says, I have no use for it. It's just sitting in my garage. So I went up there, me and Jerry, my friend over here, we went up with his trailer. We picked it up, brought it here, cleaned it all up because it was in the garage for a while. And the thing was like brand new, but need batteries. So I called one of my sponsors, which is Battery Warehouse. And I asked them, I said, hey, listen, I got this chair. Will you give me batteries for it? And they, hell yeah, we'll give it to you. They gave me the batteries because they sponsored me. And I put the batteries in there. And then Key came over, and she wasn't ready because she was going to move from her apartment. Now she has steps she can't get out of her house. So she couldn't get a grant and all. Finally, after fighting all these years, she's staying where she's at. She was going to move to her sister's, and they're allowing her to build this deck. They got a grant to build this deck off the back with a ramp. She can get out and finally get out of her house.
Yeah.
But
otherwise,
again, how many people would take that opportunity to make a quick buck? Hey,
Well, the batteries is probably worth
I'll sell it.
Anywhere over $1,000 or more for the
this is
chair
what I
to
mean.
buy one.
This is what I mean.
And not only that, went out of his way and picked it up and made sure she got a battery and had it delivered. And
you know what's
those aren't
really cool is that chair gives her the opportunity to stand upright and stand with her kids.
So
Stand with her children.
We asked her what she'd like on her chair. So she loves the Mets. So he airbrushed the Mets on it, and then he put her children's names on it.
Oh, wow.
And then we delivered it over to her house. I mean, we got, you don't want to lift one of them. Oh my God, I had 5 guys to get this thing into the house.
I bet.
Oh yeah, because I can't lift, so they had to lift it. So they got that darn thing in the house, and then we were teaching her how to use it. And she bawled her eyes out when she got in. She drove it into the kitchen. It's a little hard with joystick. You're not used to,
Right.
those things turn on a dime. So she's whacking the walls and all right. So no holes in the wall, please. But we got to the kitchen. I said, this button will raise you up. She hit the button and it raised her up, and she just started crying and bawling. I said, what's wrong? She goes, I'm so happy I can actually reach in my cabinets now where I could never reach before. My freezer, I can get into my freezer.
Wow.
That changed. She goes, you totally changed my life with this chair.
Independence.
See,
Yeah.
again, here's the thing. I just want to go back to it's one thing to say you're doing something or whatever. It's another to how long now? 7 years to be doing this again and again and again and again. We've been there, so we know that you guys are constantly announcing how much money is coming in. The PA Wounded Warrior people are there.
Yep.
So
all charities are there. Every single charity are there.
Boots
So
are
that's
on the
what I
ground.
mean. And again, what's great about you guys, what you do is there are no online payments. So that money is collected the day of, and those charities
The
are
only
on site.
online is for the VIP party, and that's only because we have to have a
count.
head count for the show.
Right. But those charities, like you said, are on site the entire time.
Mhm.
And you're announcing the total money raised throughout the
Welcome.
whole entire event. And again, that makes the people who are there feel really good.
Yeah.
Because we see how happy you guys are when you're coming in there, and that number keeps going through the weekend. And what's happening in the old place, every time they come in and make an announcement, the whole entire room gets quiet, and then
Because they feel like
everybody
they're
is
a
on
part,
board
because it makes
with
you
what's
a part
going
of
on.
it. It engages
Everybody.
you.
Did you watch John Buckland's video the other day, Batman's video? He posted like 2 weeks ago.
I watched part of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
I'm just going to say this real quick because I really don't want to talk about it, and that's why I don't do. But he says the people that will tear you down are the ones that aren't doing anything for anyone. And it's true.
Except themselves.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's true.
But
And that's
again,
not my words. Those are his words, because you know what? He's sick and tired of it. Every year this comes up, or we get, sort of like the people that say they don't bully, do this crap. And I'll just say, I don't give a shit. Now come to my face.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, let's
Don't
not
hide
go,
behind a keyboard.
we're not going to go too far down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
All
let's
we're
not
gonna
go
say-
down the rabbit hole.
No, because
All
I'm
that-
just
all-
feeding
It
your
takes
ego.
the joy out of our.
No, but that's the thing. You do what you do. You should be damn proud of what you do.
Yes.
As your friends,
Thank you.
we support you, and we're damn proud of everything that you've done. The people who know, the people that are that benefit from these charities, they're aware you were the PA Wounded Warrior.
And it's going to
acknowledge
just
you.
keep going on.
And you know what? Regardless of what anybody does or says, it's still what you do is amazing. What you've done all
I'm
these
doing
years
3
is
more years,
amazing.
a 3-year contract.
Yeah.
And if nobody says it, I'll say it. It's amazing.
It is.
Because again, it's easy to want to help and to say you're going to do things, but to put the time in, and the hours and the
Away from your
effort and the
personal
blood
life
and
and
the
all the
sweat
other stuff
and
you're
the
doing.
feelings and the caring, because it matters. It matters. And it shows that it matters.
Yeah.
Throughout that weekend. Like you said, the emotion with John, when John gets up and make that speech every year, everybody takes notice of that, because there's the real guy, and he does a lot of things to help a lot of people as well. And he's there saying how much it matters.
Yeah.
So those are the people that are important, that are there to support
And our
it.
charities continue to come back every year.
Right.
They're at the event every year.
And there's a reason for that. But again, let's take one little step back further and pull back the curtain a little bit. How about all of your helpers?
Wow. All of our volunteers, they're amazing.
They are.
They're amazing. We couldn't do it without them.
Eric's been with us from day one.
Mhm.
Eric Julian, he's been with us day one. So
Yep.
has Stephanie and Lori.
Yep.
They've been right by our side too.
Yeah.
So kudos to all those 3 right there. I mean, always there helping.
Because it does take a village. It really
It does.
does.
Absolutely. Every one of those people who come in to support the bash, every volunteer, everybody who's a vendor, everyone, it's because of everyone. Everyone is why our charities are successful.
And again, it's gotten bigger and better every year, and I look forward to it every year when we go. I
It's
mean,
our
that's a
vacation.
weekend where we're like, when are we leaving? What time are we going to get there? Because we can't wait to see everyone that we know. We can't wait to see you guys and Bob and Gina and everyone else is going to be there that we know. And again, it's not just a normal convention that's in Ohio somewhere, whatever. It's really benefits real
Well,
people.
we got like surprises, like because last year we had the fire department join us.
Yep.
The fire department in Gettysburg said we'd like to be part of it, and they came over with the fire truck. But then they got called out after they got there. And getting a call. Oscar Meyer joined us.
I remember that.
We even have the state police join us. We got the state police that come every year, and they go out with Batman. They're sitting out with Batman, teaching kids. And actually, what's cool about their program is they come out there and they do fingerprints.
Yes.
So just in case a child's abducted, that they have some kind of record. The parents have some kind of record.
Or if they become a crook later on in life, they've got them already. No.
They're on record.
Yeah.
So again, the event starts Friday at 12 is when
Yes.
the bash kicks off. You've got lectures going throughout that first day. Is everything going to be available every day? The axe throwing, the escape room,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
food
Yes.
trucks, everything every day.
All the way up even Sunday.
We've got some good food trucks this year too.
They were good last year.
Yeah, we got good ones. We got
That
we got
pizza
a
dude
grilled
was pretty
cheese
good.
truck that makes all these different types of grilled
Specialty
cheese.
grilled cheese.
Oh,
Then we have Redemption Barbecue coming back. Everyone loves the barbecue people. They love them. They come every year. We have a taco truck. We have the ice cream truck coming back. We have a Grubhub. That's a new truck coming.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's like regular, hot dogs, hamburgers,
Sausage
French
sandwiches,
fries,
stuff like-
sausage, like good stuff.
Well, I like how you expanded and figured out additional ways to generate even more revenue for the Wounded Warriors and all these charities. The ghost hunts, which are completely sold out, you guys jumped on that right away, figured that out, rolled out. Those tickets sold out like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And again, it's about just all that you could do. That's really when you do an event like that, even what we do over the Para Unity weekend. Yeah, it's about everyone having a great time. Of course, you want people to have a great time, but I know for us and for you as well, how good do you feel at the end of the weekend knowing people had a great time, and who you helped when it's all said and done and you're sore and your back is hurting and your legs are hurting, to know what you did. And again, all that effort you see, it's tangible.
It gets emotional every time at the
How could
end
you
of
not?
Sunday when we give
How
the
could you
final
not?
count.
I'm emotional through the whole thing.
It's because every year it grows and it's a lot more work. People don't realize how much work we put into this one this year. I mean, we are still working day by day. We're still ordering stuff that we need that we have to put up,
And the bash isn't the only thing you guys do.
Well, we're going to get into that in a little while, but I want to touch on one thing though. Here's what people don't realize about what you guys do and what we do as well. There's more to life than fame and money and that sort of thing. I always compare us to, the It's a Wonderful Life thing, how the guy didn't have any money, building alone, but what he had in friends and family and karma was worth more than anything. That stuff comes back to you. All that you guys have done for these years to benefit these people, it comes back to you. You see it. It's right there in front of you with the
Tenfold.
people who come and support the event, the people that vended
the good
the
that
event.
you do for the
Yeah.
people that
So-
need it.
Again, you guys should be appreciated for all these years and everything you've done.
Well, without your vendors and your guests that come, I mean, some of these stars come and donate their time. I mean, I said to some of the stars back then, or celebs, or you want to call them, I come around and a special guest I like calling them, because I gave up my starship back in the day when you didn't
Wes
like
said that Wes told you Clarence.
me. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I had sat down with some of them. They were a little hesitant to come, and I said to them, "Hey, listen. Think about it. You wouldn't be on TV. You wouldn't be able to do what you do if a veteran did not keep you free.
Right.
So if you can give your time for 2 days, actually 2.5 days, come and just, you can sell whatever you want to sell at your table, but just come there and show me.
So know that when you're
you're there
watching
for the
them on
veterans.
TV, that they have given their time, that they appreciate and love our veterans and are willing to help these sick kids. So, kudos to each and every one of them. Can never repay that.
No.
Giving time is better than gold.
And like you said, not to get too depressing, but the sick children aspect of it, like with our friend Dan, who everyone out there loves and wishes and prays
He's a really good
for
guy.
the best things for him and his family. You want to try to help those people.
That's the hardest of the bash, is when we find out there's a kid that's sick.
Yeah.
And let's
No
be
matter
honest, we may not cure the problem.
No.
We may not resolve the issues, but we can lighten the burden and the load.
Even if it's a
And
little
that's
bit.
another thing we have this year.
Our comfort.
You haven't mentioned that either. Don't we have someone that's going to be in a room talking to the veterans that they need help with?
Yes,
something?
we have a doctor there that's going to be in the ballroom. They're giving out some, doing a small little lecture. But we also have a place where she can go.
A private room.
Yes, if somebody has PTSD, if they need her moment, it's free. If a kid who's struggling and has PTSD because of COVID and not being able to, school, and
she will take the time and
Private.
go into the room, into her own conference room,
Nice.
and sit and have a private talk. Then no one will know because the shades are all pulled down. Who's in there, so no one can walk by and disturb them.
So,
So that's new this year.
I think our mental health, everyone's mental health needs to be come to the foreground, because we all suffer with something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Not me,
And
but
especially kids and
others.
our veterans.
Not me though, Pam. I'm completely this one.
You
Maybe.
call delusional. Much.
So again, the Battlefield Bash, before we switch gears and go on to what else Pam and Steve does, the Battlefield Bash is July 26th through the 28th, right?
Yep.
In Gettysburg at say the hotel again, because
The Aspire and the Eisenhower Conference Center.
tickets available at the door, $20 for the entire weekend.
Yep, and you get a wristband.
They're asking if there's still tickets for the VIP dinner.
There are. I have like 2 days, maybe 3 days before I have to give a head count.
And that'll be it.
So what I'll do is when we're done here, I'll put that link back up again. So it'll be on the top of the page. Hit the link, and you can either pay through Cash App or Venmo. Everybody will have. I have everyone's receipts right there, so it'll be streamlined, and it's a beautiful Italian dinner with tiramisu for dessert.
So here's the question. If I don't attend the VIP party, can I still go to the karaoke contest?
Absolutely. That's totally different. Totally
Yep.
different. You're going to see, like, you come down the hallway, there'll be right off whiteboards. You'll see the big bar area with more of the chance of games and the poker things. That's where
The VIP
party is. When everybody comes out,
They'll go right down to the pool area.
right to the pool
At
area.
what time will that be about?
That one, 7:30 to.
I think 10. I think 10's karaoke.
Wait a minute.
Now, the thing I'm going to state this: if anyone's
It's
going
not 10.
to the karaoke, it's in the pool area. You cannot go in the pool area with glass. You can have a
What?
drink in plastic, but
10:15.
no glass products can go
10:15.
into the pool area.
What about my Speedo? Is that okay?
No.
I dare you. Dare you. I dare you.
You can double dog dare me, and it will never.
Triple
ever
dog
happen.
dare you.
No. Although I may sing a number for karaoke. Maybe I'll get involved in the contest this time. What do you think?
Yep,
Yeah.
karaoke's at
Chris,
10.
Chris and I will sing a duet.
Awesome.
We'll do the Donnie and Osmond. I'm a little bit country.
And you're a little off your rocker.
So anyway, make sure if you can. You got less than 3 weeks now before the bash. If you can make plans.
Christopher said, "Yikes."
Yeah, it has gone by way too quick. But if you can, if you haven't made plans to be there, you should really consider it, because again, if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube and you follow us, you're gonna have a good time. I guarantee you're gonna have a good time if you come out and you go to the bash and you hang out in Gettysburg that weekend. Guaranteed you'll have a good time.
Hey,
And
Deb, I
you
sang
want to
last
go back
year.
again and again and again.
It was bad. I sang last year. Remember, I forgot the words.
Yeah, I remember somebody was dressed up as a devil, embarrassing the New Jersey Paranormal Brand.
Great.
So how you feel about, how you feel about judging both of you this year?
I'm ready.
I think I'll be a normal judge. I can't speak for Simon Cowell because I feel bad for the contestants.
That's why I thought you took the job. I thought maybe you wanted to be Simon.
Me? No, I won't.
Yeah.
She'll be way harsher than I will. I watch.
No, I'm just doing it
Oh,
where,
God, here she goes.
let's be honest, I can't sing. I would never sing in public because.
You're not that bad.
Oh, yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard you sing.
Yeah, right. You have not heard me really sing. But here's the thing. Getting up and doing karaoke, and if you can't sing, there's other ways that you could win it by the point system that I developed.
by the point system.
Because let's face
Rain
it,
Man has
when
figured out a
somebody
system
gets up
where
there and they sing beautifully and they know they've got a gift, it's a gift. You either have it or you don't. I got to make the playing field a little fair.
Well, the funny thing is, this year I'm filming everyone singing.
No.
Wow, that'll be fun.
So you'll see cameras in different angles. They're gonna be
That'll
filming
be
all the
really
singers.
fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to sing Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Oh, that'll be good.
There she goes.
See, she can do it. I told you she
Oh,
sing
you have to do it with me.
a duet. The two of you. So anyway, so we covered the bash, and I'm sure we didn't get to everything. We told you kind of the overall what the bash weekend's going to be, but until you're there and you get there and you see everything and are able to do everything and go to everything, I'm telling you, you will enjoy it. So if you can, and remember that $20 gets you the whole weekend, and it goes to three really great causes.
Yeah.
That alone.
Well, two major, and then two
And then
toys.
Dana's.
And Dana gets all the gifts. All the,
Oh, okay.
So we
Okay.
But
have
So
I
to
yeah,
still
bring
think
another.
that
bring
that's
a
a big
gift as well.
deal. That's a really big deal.
Well, three really. We're helping Dan class. this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
definitely the fact that you're again contributing, but you're gonna have a great time for your money. So it's well worth it.
You know, it just shows how much this field is kind and loving and caring. And when we get together, it's evident. It's just there. And
When you come together for the right reasons,
amazing.
it works. And it is amazing.
There are good people in this field.
And you do make
There
lifelong
are.
friends out of it. So real quick, you know, we went through the whole thing in the bash, and I had started to say it before, is that this isn't all you do.
yeah.
Tell us what else you do.
So come investigate the historic 1912 Hoover House.
In
We're
December.
Hmm?
In December.
In
With
December,
New Jersey
that's right.
Paranormal and Cody
We have
Satori.
somebody doing an event
Somewhere over
in
there.
December. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. So we have our haunted bed and breakfast that we're co-owners of. We've
In
got lots of good,
Waynesboro.
and
right?
we're in Waynesboro. We're on the retreat end of the battle. So we do public investigations as well.
Pass.
We do Monterey Pass Battlefield, which was the retreat end of the battle. The soldiers came up through Fairfield, some of them. They found themselves on Monterey Pass Battlefield. They called it Mount Misery, and you're actually investigating that part of the battlefield. It's really an amazing investigation. It's probably the best investigations that I've ever been to outside. We're under the trees. We have a way of kind of with lights to make it look like it's lightning and thundering.
Oh,
You know,
cool.
That's
you
cool.
can hear it. It's just puts you right into that space, that mindset. You get up into where they dug in the trenches. You get in there and you do EVPs.
It's a little hike
it's
up to the
different.
woods, but it's worth it. I'm telling you. I mean, you get K2 meters and stuff going off that shouldn't be going off. I mean, we make sure their phones are off so they don't trigger them.
Oh, cool.
And,
Yeah.
It's just weird how stuff goes on up
Yeah.
there.
It's
I mean,
EVPs we get up there.
You have that mansion too, right across the street from you guys too.
Yeah.
That you have.
We
I wanna go
yeah,
in there.
we are on the board of the Historical Society of
We got to
Waynesboro.
go in there.
So yeah, that's a beautiful building, and yeah, I think when you were there, was there a train in the upstairs room? That big train
Yeah.
that's gone now.
Oh,
They're
really?
restoring that room. They took the train out and they're restoring that room.
Wow.
The creepy
that
dolls
was a
are up
tuberculosis room.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
built that
That was
room.
that.
Wow.
So they're putting it back to what it was.
Was. So you also have the store.
And then we have our store, Historic Haunts of Waynesboro. We make equipment. We do a few different things, and you'll see some stuff that we have at the Bash for sale. And we do historic walks through Waynesboro. We have still the Jenny Wade House and the Haunted Orphanage in
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg that
Oh,
we
you
do.
do?
Yeah.
I didn't know you still did
Yeah,
stuff
we
there.
still do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a little hard to do when you got the Bash coming up.
From time to time, we do get back at the David Stewart Farm, which is a Confederate field hospital that I really love. And then we're here at the Hoover House. If you can't find us, we're at the Hoover House.
We should do something together at the Jenny Wade or something. You know?
Jenny
We
Wade, I'd say the orphanage. I like the orphanage better. The only reason why is Jenny Wade, if you can get everyone to sit still, is a great place to investigate. Otherwise,
but
if
don't
people
they have
walk from
tenants? They have
one
people
side
that
to the
live up
other,
there.
it's too noisy.
Yeah, but they have people that live upstairs in the orphanage, don't they?
What's
Huh.
it?
They have people that live up there, don't they? In the
All
orphanage?
the
Not
way-
Jenny
all the
Wade.
way at the
Oh,
top
you know,
of the
orphanage.
orphanage.
You don't never hear them when you're in the orphanage. You never hear anyone.
Yeah, we definitely got to go up there and do that one time.
I agree.
But we are
Yeah,
literally less than 3 weeks. Are you guys in that mode of things are starting to a mile a minute now?
Yeah, we were in Gettysburg today.
It's really amazing because the people we're working with at the Eisenhower and Aspire, they've been so productive on helping us and giving us ideas because they have so many conventions there. And we're not used to being in a place that's like twice the size of the window.
Yeah.
So you're expanding that big, that quick. It's a lot of work and a lot of, where should we set this up? Where should we do this? And they've been such a great help. I mean, they've been so good to us.
And it's going to be fun. The bartending tips for charity.
Yep.
So
Celebrity bartender.
That's going to be so much fun. Wes is doing it.
Wes is one of the bartenders. Yes.
So we're
So you
going
got Wes. Who else is a bartender? You got Wes.
Wes and Russ are doing it together. Who? Me? I'm not doing
No,
it.
it's Chris. Don't just give me
You
the.
got Dave
Oh,
Schrader. Is Dave Schrader one of the bartenders?
Dave Schrader.
Dave
is.
Schrader,
Ryan and Michelle.
Santiago. Santiago is going to be hard to beat. He is looking very forward to this event. He's so psyched for it.
Is that because he bartends or something?
He's going to be bartending? Yeah.
Yeah, but does
Now they're going to be working with a real bartender. They're not going to be. Yeah, there's going to be a real bartender with each.
So why do you think it's going to be hard to beat?
Because he's so loud. I mean,
So what's
he can
loud
project
have
his
to do
voice.
with making drinks, Steve?
Yeah, but he'll get him over to the table. Trust me. Yeah, exactly.
So we'll
They'll
just
get
the
him to
other
the
one's a
table.
bullhorn.
Batman's another bartender.
Yeah, Batman. Yep. So
All
it's
right,
Dave
now,
Schrader,
is he gonna
Batman,
be
Wes,
dressed?
and Russ,
And then you got
Santiago,
Brian
and Rich.
and Rochelle.
Yeah.
They're bartenders. I mean, it's gonna be a competition. It's
And
gonna be
there's-
hard.
Yep, there's a certified bartender with each one
Each
of
one.
us.
Listen, Brian
gonna-
and Rochelle together are going to be hysterical. So don't count them
You're
out.
not
I
gonna
know.
have,
That's what I'm saying.
you're
I
not
just
gonna
said Santiago's gonna be loud
You're not going to have Taryn be a bartender?
Maybe next year.
next year. What?
She's watching. She'd do it. Are you guys doing the auction again or no?
Excuse me?
The auction.
Silent auction?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the auction would be
Yeah, the
happening.
auction Saturday, I believe 6:00.
Okay.
That's where I got to give Dave Schrader credit. I know this is his third or fourth year
And Shane
being
Pittman
there.
did it too.
Him and
Think
Shane.
third.
Yeah,
Jane,
I mean,
yeah.
Dave kind of he goes above and beyond. He does.
does.
the
He
auction.
does.
He
They're
does the-
entertaining,
Dave,
they're
I got to give his credit.
engaging.
I mean, he really him and
I'm
Shane.
excited
Yeah.
to see because I've talked to John, and I know John Zappis is a very busy person. I can't wait to see his eyes. I mean, it's something like you said last year when we walked in. It actually surprised me. On Friday, you see the kids coming, people coming in with all the toys. But when you get up Saturday morning and you go down that hallway, like, where do all these other toys come? All of a sudden, just keeps piling and piling down that hallway. It's so amazing. And that's what really got to me. It really hit me. Scooters and dump trucks and dolls and everything. People were just so generous down that whole hallway. It was like amazing.
Yeah. Again, having John there, and you and I had talked about John coming for a few years now, and having John there is going to make it so much cooler because
yes.
Yeah.
John, if you never met him, I mean, again, we tell people this all the time. John's done more in this paranormal field. He knows more than any of us will ever know combined. I mean, the guy is a legend, and he's funny. He's approachable. He's got great stories. He's a little wacky for an old guy, but I love him.
He's the best.
But I'm really looking forward to hanging with John the entire weekend.
I'm with you on that.
It's going to be so much fun. That's why I said, if you guys can make it, if you don't have plans already, try to make plans because guaranteed good time.
A lot of good people are going to be at the VIP party. A lot of good
we're gonna have a
people.
blast.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Great
lot of
dinner. I mean,
And
when they
it's
go
fun
on
to
the thing, you'll be able to see it.
and talk with our friends because honestly, like, I don't feel like we all, as a family unit, as friends, like, everybody's on the go and everybody's always working, and I don't think we sit and break bread enough.
Well, that's what happened. The first couple of years, it was just us, and we didn't have as many volunteers as we had. So I never got to go inside the ballroom, really thank the people that come and the vendors.
Yeah.
Last year was the first year I got to go table to table to table to thank each one of them finally. So this year I'll have that same opportunity, which I'm happy because, you want to thank them for coming. They're the ones, that make this happen. And then the people that also buy a ticket and come and support the veterans and all that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody's turned into a family.
Yeah, we have. So if anybody wants to do the VIP, I will put all the advertisement back up again for that, and get your tickets now.
Yeah, because we're gonna have like 2 days or something.
The funny thing is that we make Pam and Steve work harder at our thing than they do.
I know.
I love Para-Unity. I'm ready for Para-Unity. Right.
Well, let me tell you a story about Steve Barry and how he almost got me killed. Really quick. So we're at the July Para-Unity where it's 150 degrees indoors, and we rented these giant wind fans that in the shop worked great. Yet we get them. They deliver. They deliver the oldest, brokest down models that they have. So Steve and I are setting it up in the hallway, and I plug it in, and it goes clank, 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 clank. Steve runs and leaves me there with this thing ready to blow up. I had to grab the plug and pull it out. He was gone.
I was waiting for that fan to fly off. That thing was going.
That blade was coming off.
It was barely hanging on.
Out of there.
And then I got called to Chip Coffey's room. And they said, because I was in control of the fans. And so I walk over there, and Chip goes, Steve, can you figure out what's wrong with my fan? It's getting hot in here. And what it was the GFI button. I just had to hit the GFI button in the wall.
My God.
Someone tripped it. Click, there you go. It's fixed.
And then,
and then what? And then
no, we again. This is what I mean.
And then we have Steve as our DJ.
Oh
so
yeah,
we work him like a dog.
He wears a funny wig. I got a picture of it on my instant message. I'll post that the wig that he wears with the sunglasses when he's A DJ.
Well, wait till you see my stuff I'm gonna wear at this one. Wait till you see my DJ outfit.
I cannot wait. I cannot
Oh.
wait.
I'll wait till you see that.
I mean, who says you can't enjoy Sweet Home Alabama 5-6 times in one night? It's
10 times.
better.
Come on, I think I did a good job in New Jersey.
No, you did a
You
great
did a
job.
great job.
You did a great job.
You did a great job.
Because you were free.
Listen,
I mean,
no,
we're not going to tell you otherwise.
I wouldn't let you do it if you weren't. You were good. You were really good.
Steve works for
You-
pasta.
You and
You gave us
Alyssa.
some
I work for pasta.
No, eggplant.
Yeah.
Eggplant.
I gotta say one thing. At your VIP parties, the food is really good.
It's amazing.
I don't know who
Yeah,
does
the
your
caterers
food,
are good.
but those caterers are really good at what they cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I mean,
But-
John, you could have got me a Corona, but being cheap this year, but maybe I'll
could've-
bring one up to my table.
a Corona?
Well, yeah, the guy
Peanut
can't.
butter.
I can't leave the table.
I
Yeah.
sent Chris.
I
I
can
sent
throw
Chris
one.
to get one for you. She didn't bring it to you.
No, I changed his ass to the table. I said,
Damn.
no drink for you.
Damn.
That's right.
Next time, Steve.
He's not allowed to drink.
I'm
He
not
can have,
supposed to drink.
he
He
can have
doesn't
one. He can have one. Can he?
No, I have one. I have one here, two here, once in a
It's
while.
this size.
But anyway,
No, I actually have a bottle. I actually talked to my cardiologist because had 4 heart surgeries.
so
And,
I want to ruin Taryn's interview with you. Let's go over that story again.
No! John.
Watch it tomorrow.
Karen would
I'm
kill
going
me.
over the whole story tomorrow. You can watch it tomorrow.
Taryn would kill me.
Yeah, but I turned around and said, "Can I have a beer?" He goes, "You can have whatever you want." He goes, "I'd rather you drink wine though, because wine's better for your heart."
It's good for your blood.
But anyway, we are less than 3 weeks now. I'm getting nervous at the 4-month mark. I can't imagine what 3 weeks feels like again. But you guys, like you said, you have help. You've been through this many
Yeah.
times before. So much is going on that weekend. You've added so much to it. Again, here's the we practice this as well, or at least we try to, and you guys do as well. You charge only $20 for the entire weekend, which is you spend that much on a hamburger now. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And you try to make it bigger and better every year for that same price point. That's again another thing that I respect the heck out of you guys for too, because you could just say, okay,
not a
there's
money
vendors
grab.
and let's roll with the vendors. No, you try to make it better for everyone who came the year before, right? I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah, we want to keep it fresh, but you have to throw different things in so people want to come back and see what's new.
so 12 o'clock to what time on Friday?
6.
12 to 6.
That's just the
Saturday?
vending room though. Every day, 12 to 6 on Friday, 12 to 6 on Saturday, and was it 12 to 5 or
12 to
12
4
to 4 on Sunday?
Sunday.
So
That's just the vending room. How
That's
do
for
you,
the vendors.
you're going to
Yeah.
go to, there's lectures still going on till,
Lectures still going on, parties and activities all happening till like midnight-ish and beyond.
and that's part of it too. We didn't even touch on that. Last year, like you said, the Wyndham kind of put a cap on your fun.
Yeah.
You couldn't play music past a certain time.
Slam
10
that door
o'clock. That
closed.
was it.
This year, if you're hanging around with your friends, and even if you're not staying there, or if you are staying there, hang out, man. Go to the bar, drink, have fun, hang
Yeah,
out with
the
people.
bar will be open. The pool area will be open all night. It never shuts down.
I mean, guarantee
Eventually,
you'll make a
I'll be
friend.
going to bed. Do not expect me to stay up till 3 o'clock and playing music. But you know what? When I go to bed anyway, like every time at the Wyndham, people have their little portable radios and they just hang out with their little group and they
And that's
listen to
fine.
music, and that's fine. You can do that too. The only thing we request is no glass in the pool area.
Yeah.
There's going to be someone at the door that's going to stop you if you walk in with glass. They're going to say, please put that in a plastic container, or because you can't go in glass. That's it.
Yeah,
So-
Michelle Taylor's going to be there.
Yeah, I heard her.
Yeah,
she
Not
just
much
said,
yet.
I'll get to the
So
end in a
hopefully
little
she
while
gets
on
better.
Saturday.
Gets back on her feet, Michelle.
But stop by. I would recommend, if you can't get there Friday, I would recommend being there Saturday for the opening ceremony, because it is such a big part of the overall event and what it really means and what it represents. I think being there for that, seeing what they do, I don't want to ruin it for people that haven't been there. And then usually Batman will give a speech.
He'll be doing that, I believe, in the ballroom this year because he won't have to be outside to do it. He can do it right where the vendors are, and there'll be a stage in there. So he'll be up
Nice.
on the stage, and the cool thing, there's no more yelling. We do have a sound system through the whole building of the vending room, so it'll come right over the speakers
I'm
above
gonna
your
miss
head.
Pam with the microphone.
Yes.
Or
So we
Steph
have
with
to
that
scream and
whistle.
say-
Yeah. And
Steph,
no
Another, another thing, if you had any room there, you do not have to buy your breakfast like you had at the
Yes.
window. You
Free
do
breakfast.
get a free breakfast if you have a room at the Aspire or the Eisenhower. You get a free breakfast. The breakfast room is on the Eisenhower side, so if you're in the Aspire, you have to walk over to the Eisenhower. That's where the breakfast room is, and that's
Yeah.
where breakfast will be served.
Right behind the bar.
Yeah,
Right by the bar area,
Taryn,
yeah.
Taryn brought up a good point that I want to again reiterate again for all of you in case you tuned in a little later. This is all for charities. There's a few there. They are all, those charities are represented every day throughout the weekend during
Yep.
the bash.
They're
Those
there on
people
site.
are there.
Yeah, they're
know-
there. They're on
There.
site.
So I mean, they make announcements as you go, how much money they're collecting usually every day.
They've been on site every year, just no one's ever really noticed them. They're
They're
there.
there.
They're there. They're
How-
there every year.
The one year when Helen came through, I went in the ballroom. Do you remember? And I was like, everyone come out, please, please. And everybody just gave her a standing ovation. I love her. I absolutely adore that woman.
But they are there, and it's the same thing.
Yep.
Like similar to what we do with the expo. When you buy a ticket for the expo online, it says Woodbridge Charity Fund. When you
Mhm.
pay your money at the door,
It's
those
the
are
charity people.
township people.
It's not us.
We don't touch
The mayor's there.
money.
I met
Yeah.
the mayor 3 or 4 times at your event already.
So
Mayor's
again,
These are not, Luann, these aren't hotels downtown in Gettysburg. They're out past the battlefield itself.
Yeah,
they're not
correct.
far though. They're
No, they're
They're
not
not far at
far,
all
but
from
she's asking
downtown.
if it's right
Yeah.
downtown. It's not. It's,
not
it's-
far at
No.
all.
Right.
But you get to enjoy downtown
Yes.
Gettysburg because it's not far.
Yeah,
So,
it's not
I mean,
a far drive to go from the hotel.
Yeah,
You're
she was
still in
just- yeah, but
Gettysburg,
she
you're
just
on the
wanted to know.
outskirts.
What,
Yeah.
10 minutes? 5
Yeah,
minutes?
it's about 10 minutes, not even that, 8 minutes. to
not
make
even
it
that.
down.
It's close.
Yeah.
Any final words that you guys want to add before we wrap this thing up?
Just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for the memories that are going to be made. Thank you for the support and the love of our charities. And thank you just for being a friend.
Yeah, thank all the vendors and the people that show up every year. I want to thank our sponsors too. We got a lot of sponsors that help us with this, and our volunteers.
Mhm.
Our volunteers. I mean, without them, we couldn't run it.
Yeah.
But the whole
The
thing is,
backbone.
yeah,
Yeah.
You can't thank them enough. That even like I said, any with the thing that we do and what Bob and Gina do and what you guys do, what would you be without all of that help and that support? And again, that's what further makes a good event good, because so many people are involved in trying to benefit those charities, to make an event a success so people have a good time.
And to bring awareness.
Yeah, and
Yes.
to have people
And
come
our
back.
t-shirts this year are the best ever.
Yeah.
Wait till you see the t-shirts. They're killer. They're awesome.
Who designed them? Not that guy.
and I'll tell you another thing.
Stacy and Dale Martin designed them this
not the
year.
guy that was in the band. What was the name of your band again, Steve?
My band. I didn't have a band.
Come on, yes, you did. You said you had a band when you had a band name when you were younger. I thought you had a band. Or no, the first name of your paranormal group. What was that?
Oh, that was Dark Illusions.
Dark Illusions. There you go. Don't let him do the shirts, Pam. Ever.
No, it wasn't a band.
I knew it was either a band or. I mean, you're crying out
The
loud.
Steve Miller
Oh, we
band.
got the,
The
yeah.
guy had a
Steve
TV.
Miller.
The guy had
Yeah.
a TV show called The Generic Black Shirt. What was it again?
Steve
Never
Miner
watched it.
band.
Yeah. There you go.
The band.
But
The band.
he's grown. He's grown. He's much different now than that other guy.
You know what? They all might be showing up there too. So it might be a reunion. I'm
Oh,
not
you think it will be?
Huh?
You think it'll be a reunion? If those guys will be
They
there?
might be a reunion. I waiting on one or two people. If one comes up from Florida, which I heard he'll be traveling through, which is Mike Curtis. If he comes through, he'll be there, and then it's just a matter of Anthony showing up. Then
Wow.
the flip's already there, and Ava will be there. So I think,
Yeah, Ava said she was coming.
Yeah,
I haven't
so I
seen
think-
Ava for
Nice.
years.
so. I think it's going to be a reunion, possibly.
Well, I'm sure you'll have a line around the building for
Oh,
that
we
one.
will.
Susan Skills says some people call me the space cowboy. I love it.
All right, guys. Great seeing you again. We'll talk, I'm sure, throughout the 3 weeks here. But we are looking forward to the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, July 26th through the 28th.
Pam's going to be putting up the information for the VIP dinners.
Yes,
Yep.
and we'll
I'll
share that
repost
on our
that.
page as well.
Yep.
You guys should be there. We'll be there. You should be there. You have a great time all weekend. Guaranteed. Thanks,
See you later.
guys. We'll talk to you soon. See how harmless that was? So that's it, guys. Again, it's for a great causes, I should say. Bring the gifts again for the children if you can. If you can make it, your money goes directly to these charities. Can't stress enough that they are on site the entire weekend. There,
You can talk to them.
you
Yeah,
can talk to
directly.
them, you can meet them, you can shake their hands, you can tell them what a great job that they're doing, supporting those charities as well. I recommend you do that because they do deserve thanks for all they do as well.
Yeah.
The world's a better place when people do stuff like that, all that you can. So we'll be back on Wednesday at 8 p.m. with Chip Coffee.
Ooh.
You don't want to miss that one because Chip is, you never know what chip you're going to get, but you're going to get a chip for sure. So Chip will be here Wednesday, 8 p.m. Any questions you guys have, he won't be doing any live readings or anything. We'll just be talking to him about the shows and about what he's up to now and all that good stuff. But again, if you can support Pam and Steve and the Battlefield Bash, try to make plans to be there. Maybe make a donation to PA Wounded Warriors if you can't be there. And Dana's
Taryn.
Wishes.
What is it? Dana's Wishes.
Yeah.
Dana's Pink Wishes
Dana's
for
Pink
children
Wishes.
of cancer.
Yeah.
So that they can have Christmas gifts and stuff. And that alone is a very unique and special thing to do because it takes the pressures off the parents. They're going through so much already. And to be able to give these kids something to give them hope while they're going through the difficult time. As adults, we know what it's like to go through stuff. But when your children are going through it, it's even harder.
And again, these guys, they're our friends. They're our dear friends.
Good
Pam and
people.
Steve. We've known them for many, many years. We support them. We support the things they do. We've helped them any way that we can because they've helped us in a lot of ways as well. So we will always be there to support them. So thanks for watching, guys.
Have a
See
good
you
night.
Wednesday.
Stay healthy. Stay well. And be safe. And please remember to be kind to each other. It really, I know in this world right now, it seems like everything is, everybody's mean and not nice and it's dark out there and we get caught in the negative. But remember, we're fellow human beings. We all have feelings. So be nice to each other.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
See you Wednesday.